Good morning, class. I hope all of you are having a good day and enjoying your week of virtual learning so far. I just want to start off saying that you will have a homework assignment tonight. You didn't have any homework due last night after the conference, okay? But the homework for tonight, all right, is to complete assignment 9.1b, all right, and please send that to me back through Schoology, okay? If you're missing any other assignment, please get it back to me by the end of Friday. If it's not in by Friday, the assignment will be a 0. And just so you know, going forward, all right, we don't have any other real assessments like tests or quizzes. So your performance in history is going to have a lot of weight on your participation in watching these videos, attending conferences, and getting those Schoology assignments back to me. So please make sure you guys are diligent about that. Okay? So today we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, all right? And in a short second, I'm going to bring up the slide that we kind of got cut off on during the conference yesterday. So as we've talked about this far, Hitler, all right, Chancellor of Germany, he has made a lot of aggressive movements in annexing countries, right, in 1938, and then he continues to do that in 1939. And after he took control over Austria, then Czechoslovakia, his next target was Poland, okay, because he believed that the Germans needed more space for their race, the Aryan race, and Poland, going back to the end of World War I, was promised protection, okay, by Britain and France. And Britain and France at this point were ready to help to defend Poland if Hitler was to make any aggressive movement. Now, we talked about the Nazi-Soviet pact that was formed yesterday. All right, make sure you know what that was for. All right, know that Stalin and Hitler really did not like each other, all right, but they agreed to not make any aggressive movement towards each other and also to divide up Poland. All right, September 1939, Hitler's troops, all right, invade Poland, okay? And with the invasion of Poland, Britain and France immediately declare war on Germany, okay? And World War II now is officially underway, okay? Being that Britain and France promised to protect Poland, they saw the movements of Hitler up over the past 2 years. And in September 1939, Britain and France declare war. And 2 weeks later, after Hitler invades Poland, you see the Soviet Union, led by Stalin and his army, invade eastern Poland. Okay, now eastern half is being occupied by the Soviets, all right, and the western part is being occupied by Nazi Germany. All right, and World War II has officially begun. In the next few months, Hitler takes control over Denmark, Norway, Netherlands, Belgium, and he is making his movements into France. Okay, and France is now on the defense, ready to attack. Okay, in history before, we really haven't talked about a country that has been able to make such positive gain at the start of a war. You know, if you're familiar with Napoleon and kind of his military tactics and adventures, he was one of the last people to, conquer as much territory as Hitler did within, a few years. Okay, and Hitler really did not face much counterattack. Okay, his military was superior to the country's military that he was invading, which also gave him such an advantage. Okay, but make sure you know, September 1939, Hitler invades Poland, and then that attack by Germany causes Britain and France to declare war. Okay, and World War II has begun. All right, and then on the next slide, we'll talk about some of the battles that take place between France and Germany, and then Great Britain and Germany. All right, so after Hitler was able to take control over those countries, Belgium, Netherlands, Norway, and Denmark, he makes he concentrates his military in the Rhineland, all right, which is disputed territory at this point in World War II between France and Germany. Okay, and Great Britain is going to send troops to France to help them defend their territory from the Nazis. But very quickly, due to the Nazis' military technology and tactics, they're going to quickly overpower both Great Britain's military and France's military. In a matter of 6 weeks, okay, in 6 weeks, the Germans are able to capture Paris. Okay, and Hitler was in Paris in 6 weeks after war between France and Germany started, and France is forced to surrender its territory. And during this time, a lot of French troops and citizens will actually seek refuge in Great Britain, all right, because they know the labor camps that the Germans have started, and a lot of French were fearful that some of them would be captured and forced into those labor camps. So they seek refuge into Great Britain, and Germany now has absolute control of France. There are some parts that are still under French control and British control, all right, but right now the German leaders have control of Paris, all right, and the only country that is really left to stand up against Nazi Germany, all right, is Great Britain. Okay, and Hitler now is very confident. Okay, and that will lead to the Battle of Britain, which took place in the summer of 1940. Okay, and the Prime Minister at this time in Britain is Winston Churchill, all right, who is very confident with the British Air Force and the British Navy and the British Army, and believes that they could successfully defend themselves from any German attack, and they're safe because they are off the coast of Europe. Okay, Hitler is going to order a blitzkrieg, or air assaults on Britain, and he's going to kill tens of thousands of British soldiers, British pilots, and sink British ships. Okay, Great Britain refuses to surrender, stays strong, and eventually the Battle of Britain becomes like a stalemate, right? And Hitler decides to move on and return back to Britain later. He continues to send air assaults on Britain over the course of the war. Okay, there are little skirmishes that happen, but the Battle of Britain is what's significant about this battle, it makes a statement, all right, to Hitler and Nazi Germany that there is a country in Europe that can stand up to them and withstand all the attacks. Now, after Great Britain, Hitler moves on and decides to go against the Nazi-Soviet Pact, all right, that was signed 2 years before the summer of 1940, and he decides to invade Russia, or the Soviet Union. Okay, Hitler is the one that breaks the Nazi-Soviet Pact. Stalin was kind of caught off guard by that. All right, and Stalin, immediately after the Germans invade, the Soviet Union, you now see Stalin, all right, switching sides and joining Britain in the fight against Hitler and the Nazis. And Hitler makes a huge mistake here because up until this point he has been fighting a one-front war pretty much on the western side of Germany, and now he is forced to fight a two-front war, all right, western and eastern front. Okay, and that's going to make it very difficult for the Germans to try and keep control of the territory that they conquered and the territory that they are looking to take control over. All right, so this is the end of Section 1. Okay, Section 2 will start tomorrow in our conference and talk about the U.S. At the beginning of World War II. All right, please make sure you complete that worksheet assignment and get it back to me through Schoology. All right, you have all the notes on Section 1 to complete that assignment. And if you have any questions at any point during the day, please feel free to email me at any time. Thank you, and I hope all of you have a nice day.